Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on, everybody? This is BSP Japan coming to you from Youre Park here in Fukuoka. Yes, Fukuoka. You've seen some videos that I put up on Fukuoka, and Fukuoka is a wonderful, wonderful city. I've been to 26 prefectures in all in Japan out of the 47. So that means I've been to more than half the prefectures here. And I can honestly say that Fukuoka is one of my favorite places in Japan to be in. One of my favorite places. Of course, Tokyo is my number one spot, always will be, because I just love the metropolis and what it has to offer. But here in Fukuoka, it has a variety. And I haven't been all over the city. I've been hanging out with my friend Mufasa. And he went back to the hotel. I went back to the hotel for a minute. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go out here and do a video for the fellas just to let everybody know what's going on here. And I'm going to call this video, You Will Never, or many of you will never live in Japan. Okay, yes, I have to get up here and say this because I was watching I was reading an article about America being a gilded society. And I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like what I was reading. I really didn't. And now I see why, you know, Biden and Harris is actually pushing the unions more. They want to get people out there. They want to see if they can get everybody, you know, on board with the unions. So that way they're saying that more people can get better wages. I mean, that's what it's all about. And I think that's what this election, upcoming election, is about: better wages. I think I'm gonna go this way because I like the zoo. Okay, because this is one of those parks where you can just walk around the pond, so you can just choose which way you want to go. All right, so what I'm trying to say is this: gilded society. What that means is that the rich are getting even richer now, even richer. And you know who's making all the money now? The stockholders like myself and the CEOs are getting paid big money. Yes, making more and more money. And the workers are getting less and less. And it's getting a lot more expensive for you to make a living in the United States. As we already know, you don't need to watch my video to know that the life in the United States is crazy right now. It's crazy, okay? It's just unbelievable. You can't afford shit, okay? And you got people living in cars now, and they're saying it's difficult to even live in a car anymore in the States. Inflation has taken its toll on people, and the problem with this whole thing is that with inflation, wages haven't gone up because, like I said, stockholders like myself and CEOs are getting richer and richer every year. And that's why I'm here to tell you. I'm here to talk to you about a way to get out of your situation, but I'm going to first tell you the situation that you are currently in the United States. And you know, I'm quite sure that this carries over to England as well, to Britain, Great Britain, UK, and various other countries around the world, Australia, New Zealand, wherever you may be. For those of you that are struggling, but I'm mainly focusing on the United States because I know my country, because I'm an American. I am not going to talk about a place or any subject that I don't know about, okay? So, because I'm not, you guys know me, I'm not going to blow smoke up nobody's ass. And I'm not up here to give anybody any false information about shit. I don't just make shit up. This is not fake news. This is BSP Japan coming to you real, okay? So, first of all, let me tell you why you will never live in Japan. And in most cases, you will never even visit this beautiful country that I am walking around in on this lovely rainy day here in Kyushu, in Fukuoka, a city I've never been to before. And now I'm here the first time, and I'm absolutely falling in love with this city, this beautiful metropolis here in Fukuoka. So here's why you will never live in the United States. I'm going to show you some of these views as I talk to you here at beautiful Youre Park. Just look on the map of Fukuoka and you'll see this park with the pond. Fukuoka obviously has a lot of water. The bay views are amazing here in Fukuoka City. But let me tell you why you will never live in Japan. Because right now you are paying an exorbitant amount of money to maintain your lifestyle in the United States. I'm mainly targeting this toward those of you that have jobs that may even be like a manager of this, a manager of that, have white collar jobs getting paid really well, or think you're getting paid well, but you still are probably finding yourself falling short of your goals, short of what you can't buy a home, or if you have a home, the price to maintain that home is going up. I mean, you are just in, oh, sorry for the umbrella, sorry about that. You are in a situation where you just really don't have the funds that you think you had. You know, you go to school, you bust your ass, you get your college degree, you fill all the squares, and you're like, okay, great, now I'm ready to live my life. I can go shopping, I can go to the movies, I can hang out, and I can come back, and I can still have money. Well, it doesn't work that way. And it's not working that way for you in the United States. You are struggling. You really are. Now, I'm going to give you an example. And you know I always have an example of shit. And you know I'm always going to keep up with the latest and the greatest. Okay. Today is November 1st. I got here to Fukuoka on the 29th. The 30th of October, we met this young lady at a beach bar here in Fukuoka, right on the beach, when the weather was absolutely gorgeous that day. And she just happened to walk in about 20 minutes before they would close. She ordered a drink. She sat down next to me, and I asked her where she was from, and she said she's from Hawaii. And I started speaking a little pidgin to her, because I said, hey, yeah, I lived in Kapolei before. She said, oh my God, Kapolei. You know, we started going back and forth with the Hawaiian pidgin. My friend Mufasa was there with me. We were with people from Germany, and everybody was having a good time. And then we hit it off. So we were leaving, and we said, hey, come with us. We're going to go. She said, yeah, let's go. She said, let's go get something else to drink. So we all got on the bus and ended up at the Hakata station. So we ended up walking to Canal City from Hakata station, which, you know, she's using a cane right now because she hurt her leg in a little motorcycle accident. Her motorcycle basically rolled down the hill in Hawaii on her, and luckily she didn't die. But she got seriously injured. I think she said she tore some ACLs on the knee and whatnot. So, ooh, that's painful. So what I'm saying is this: in talking to her, we went to another place. We sat down. We ordered some food at this Irish pub. It was good. It was nice. Hey guys, hi, hello, hello. And so, you know, we were talking and whatnot, and we went to this pub and we sat there for quite a bit. I think we probably got there 11:30 and we left at almost 2 in the morning just talking. And we got a lot of good information out of this young lady. Now, she is a 32-year-old lady. She has a college degree. She's from New York, actually. And she was in various management positions in her recent jobs in Hawaii. But guess what? And this is the struggle. And this is, I told you guys, I always have examples for shit. She said that she was living in a place called Manoa, which is a very nice section of the city, but she was paying a lot of rent to rent one room. I think she said she was paying like $1,000, $1,500, something like that. And she said the place was basically falling apart by termites. It was being eaten up. In fact, in her room alone, there was an opening in the corner of the ceiling, so she can literally see outside. And the owners and everybody was like, hey, yeah, we're going to fix it, Well, they never had any intention of fixing it because they don't have the money to fix it. And that's why she was having a problem there, you know? So that's why she couldn't, she said she can't really, couldn't make it. But guess what? In order for her to try to make it at least, she was working 3 jobs. Yes, 3 jobs, yes. Just a moment. 3 jobs. She's working 3 jobs. And so, I'm sorry, I'm leaving. I'm just doing a video, sorry. So she's working 3 jobs, and so, you know, so she said that she was working those 3 jobs in order to help her to survive in Hawaii. That's what she was doing, right? So she had she was still struggling. You know why she was struggling? Because she said that she was only making like $23 an hour. $23 an hour in Hawaii. $23, her average salary at 3 jobs, because she didn't work, like she worked 1 full-time job and 2 part-time jobs, but her average salary was just $23 an hour. Yes, well, that was her highest salary. The other ones were lower than that. So at $23 an hour, that's ridiculously, that's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy at $23 an hour, So, so I was really surprised. And I mean, not really surprised, but I knew because I lived in Hawaii for 4 years. And, when I lived there, I was a finance manager at a dealership after working my way up through the car industry. And I was making good coin, but I was, 2 things that happened in Hawaii. And I'm going to say this is pretty much in the U.S. Either you're making a lot of money and you don't have time to spend it, or you're not making enough money, and you struggling big time. Okay? So I was making good money, but I just never had any time to spend it because I was always at work, because I had to be at work to make that money. See? So either way, even if you make a lot of money, it's still not a win-win situation for you in the United States. Many people are in that situation. Many people, like I said, CEOs are getting banked. They're making way more money now. Zuckerberg gets up there, he lays off 10,000 workers at Facebook, and what happens? He gets richer. He gets even richer after laying off 10,000 people at Facebook. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy, right? Same as all the other CEOs out there, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. These guys are getting paid big money. Well, meanwhile, you, the worker, you're just struggling. And then, what's so sad about that too is they say, oh, look, hey, you're getting a raise, man. I'm giving you a 5% raise, and you're now making $120,000 in Los Angeles, and you're supposed to be fucking happy? Or you're making $115,000 in Seattle, and you're supposed to be happy? And that $115,000 doesn't really mean shit, because now that your pay's going up, guess what? Especially being single like she is, you're paying more fucking taxes. And here's the problem she had in Hawaii. She was paying 35% in taxes. That's what I'm gonna put the expletive on this motherfucker. 35% in taxes, because she's a single woman at 32 years old. 35%, guys. 35%. So the government, they don't just take your money, they fucking snatch. Okay? That's what it is. They fucking snatch your money. So now you got the government snatching your money. You got CEOs out there ripping you off hand and foot. Look, you're getting so fucked over by the CEOs. You're getting fucked by them, by the CEOs, and you're not even getting a fucking reach around. How cruel is that? You're getting fucked and you're not getting a reach around. You see what I'm saying? Look, guys, I'm sorry. I'm very passionate about this, because I need to see more people over here enjoying this life in Japan. And right fucking now, I'm not fucking happy about this last article I read, because that means there's going to be less people living here. Like me. Less and less people. You will never live in Japan. You will never live in Japan. You may get up on every channel known to man about Japan. And you may want to see how to get there as a visa and all this, that, the other. But you will never live in Japan. And I'm going to add a tail into this as to how. But you will never live in Japan. You have to wake up one morning. You will never live in Japan. And the only thing I have to say to you as I continue this video, this beautiful walk here in Fukuoka, is prove me wrong. Please, please prove a brother wrong. Please prove a brother wrong. And I'm going to give you an example now of one young man who is proving me wrong. And I just see, this has been a very, very interesting trip for me here in Fukuoka. A soul-searching trip, if you will. I can feel things talking to you, my ancestor. I can feel them around me. I can see a lot of things happening here. Now I'm going to tell you why I noticed that. Yesterday, we're walking, after the Dodgers won the World Series, we're walking through Tenjin in Fukuoka, which is a big downtown area in Fukuoka. We're walking, and here we are looking to where we got to get back to our hotel. I'm following Mufasa. And out of the corner of my left eye, this guy says, "What's up?" I looked over, I said, "Oh shit, he's wearing a Yankee hat." And, he's a tall white guy with frizzy hair. And I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?" And first of all, I was very surprised that another foreigner had said something to me, and I thought that was cool enough. I thought that was very nice of this man. And we started talking. I said, hey, man, look, you know, it was a good series. Without you, there's no us, because literally without any other baseball team, we don't have a team, right? We have nobody to play. I said, hey, don't worry, you guys did good, but hey, things like that happen. I wasn't going to sit there and brag about, hey, we beat the Yankees. That's not really fair, guys, okay? Because maybe I've been in Japan too long. So anyway, what I'm saying is this, is that, you know, we walked and talked with this man, and we probably walked and talked with him and waited, stood on the corner, probably for about 30 minutes. And, you know, we exchanged line addresses, so now we formed a group, and this young man is in the group with us, and trust me, his name is Carter. I'm not going to make his last name, I don't get too much information on this brother. I am going to put the link up here for him to see it. But here's what I'm saying, guys, is this young man, and he is a man, he was living in the United States, and he met his beautiful wife, who is from Fukuoka. Yes, you trust me, they got some good ladies out here in Fukuoka, guys, and they make great wives too. So his beautiful wife, he met her when she was in college. It's like I met my wife in college and came to the States, and before she went back to finish college in Japan. She probably did the same thing. He met her up in Cooperstown, New York. And everybody in the brother knows, if they like baseball, that Cooperstown is the home of the Hall of Fame. Now, how is it my team just wins the World Series, I run into a guy who's supporting a team that we just beat, and he happens to be from fucking Cooperstown? What's the karma in that? That is not a coincidence, guys. That is not a fucking coincidence. We are supposed to meet up. We were supposed to meet up. And this guy will be my friend forever. Because me and Mufasa hooked up with him, exchanged information. We've been texting each other back and forth like crazy. It's just mad. But we already respect this young man. You know why? Because he said he saved up for 7 months. He busted his ass for 7 months to get over to Japan to be with his wife. 7 months. And he's working over here remotely. I'm not going to mention the man's salary. That's his personal business. But he's working over here remotely for an American company. And he said he's doing some green card paperwork for his wife to get to the States. You know what I told him? I said, fuck that. Stay in Japan. Your life is going to be much better. And he says he's starting to realize that. You see what I'm saying? So he got out of the matrix, and trust me, he is making enough money to live in. He's making more than enough money to live comfortably in Japan, because he told me what his rent was. He said his rent's only like about $400 or $500 a month in Fukuoka, guys, in this beautiful city. And he's just walking around during the day, just enjoying himself in Fukuoka, guys. You see what I'm saying? Meeting strangers like me and Mufasa. We're no longer strangers now. See? So this guy is what you need to do. You need to get out there, and you need to fight. This guy told us he fought tooth and nail to get out. And what I mean by fighting tooth and nail, I mean cut that fucking cable bill. Cut all your shit you don't need, all your subscription. Turn all that shit off to save you, to get yourself geared up to get the fuck out the matrix. And put yourself in a situation by investing to where you can start living off of dividends. And we talked about that. We told Carter about dividends, and he said he was investing, but he didn't know what we knew about investing. He said, oh my God, guys, I'm going to try all this. This is star information. And he's right. I give information out to my fellow Americans, especially my fellow Americans and my fellow Brits and people that you know I can communicate with, you know. But I met 2 fellow Americans over here 2 days in a row, and all those conversations and those meetings were very fruitful. And we both just sat there and talked about how we both were sick of the fucking hatred in the States. And I said, man, you know, in the States when I'm there, you know, as much as I want to talk to people, I feel like I can't talk to nobody because I don't know what they're going to do, what they're going to support, what they're going to try to put on me. You know, I see white guys walking down the street when I lived in the States. And I'd be like, oh, man, I just want to say what's up, man. This guy just, you know, see how he is, see what's up, man. But I'm afraid to say what's up. Yes, I don't have many fears, but I was really afraid to go out and say because I didn't know what this guy was, if he was a hater or not. And they may be thinking the same about me. But what happened is this. When you live outside of the matrix, when you are an American and you're out of America, you no longer have that fucking shell over you. You now have, you're open to friendships, you're open to communication, you're open to hanging out with people, you're open to learning about others, and you are no longer afraid because you don't have to worry about getting shot or killed or maimed or whatever the case may be by another human being. You know, hey, what's up, man? You know? So you don't have to worry about that. When you're out in America, you can be friends with people and you don't have to worry about nothing. You know? So that's what's good about it. You know? So that's what's good about it, you know? So I see in Fukuoka, I see a lot of friendly foreigners over here and talking and hanging out. Because I don't have this foreigners like this where I live in Joetsu City. You know, I just don't have that kind of contact with that. I live in this predominantly Japanese city, which is cool. I love it. I love where I live. But what I'm saying to you is this. I'm quickly discovering that I am starting to get more passionate about helping my people, young people, live a better life. Get the fuck out the matrix, and you can relax, you can enjoy yourselves, and you don't have to worry about all this pressure, all this stress. You ain't gonna worry about keeping up with the fucking Joneses, worry about all this other shit. You know, in the States, I tell you, man, I tell you. And you know, I am gonna talk bad about the States. I mean, I'm proud to be an American, but we got a lot of fucking problems right now. And before those problems get cleaned up, you know, it's gonna be like that for a long time. Now, let's say that tomorrow, even if the U.S. were to all of a sudden clean up their act, you know, everything's going well, I still am not moving back to the States because I love this country so much. I love being in Japan so much. In other words, I love being an American around the world because we are at the top of the food chain. I just love being an American because I know what we have access to, that we're protected by our government, despite how fucked up they are. But I know we have a lot of things. But I'm here to tell you guys, you gotta wake up and you gotta understand that you will never live here if you are asleep. If you are sleeping on the wheel, if you don't know what your net worth is, and that's the thing, to start off with, okay, because I'm gonna start telling you, giving you some advice as to how you can get the fuck out the matrix and get over here. And you know, I use these expletives a lot because this is how, I'm a black man, this is how I fucking talk. And so, you know, because I'm coming at you real, I'm not blowing smoke up nobody's ass, this shit's real, guys. You're talking about your life here. You're talking about, you're at 21, 22, 23 years old, and you're talking about you could turn your head and you're 35 with nothing and you're fucking struggling, and somebody comes up to you and insults you and say, hey, congratulations, you're now a manager and you're not making fucking jack. Yeah, you're a manager, but you still can't buy a fucking house. You're a manager, but you can't even take your wife out on a date. You're a manager, but you can't put your kids in good schools. You're a manager, but you can't buy a fucking car. You're a manager, and you can't even fix your car. But you're a manager? Manager my fucking ass. You see what I'm saying? It's all bullshit. And then you still, here you go. And you're a manager, but you still have to work 3 fucking jobs because you got taxes coming out the ass while some rich, and you know, look guys, you know me, I'm always going to tell the truth. And I know my white friends up here, it's like, hey man, say it, tell the truth, because I'm always going to say it. You sitting up here paying all these taxes while some rich white motherfuckers running for president trying to take your shit, trying to make you pay more shit and giving the rich motherfuckers more tax breaks. That's what's up. See, you've been mind boggled. You've been fake. They lied to you. They used the separation between black and white to get their asses even richer. We're all Americans, guys. And when you're poor, you're fucking poor. And when you're struggling, you're fucking struggling. In the end, nobody gives a fuck what color you are. That's the reality of this fucking shit. They don't give a fuck what color you are. Money doesn't give a shit about you. It doesn't give a fuck what color you are. All it cares about is the hand that's using it. And they don't even really care about that. That's the reality. Look, guys, I hate to say this. You will never live in Japan. You will never live in Japan. Never. And many of you will never even land over here. You will never even come to Japan. Ever. You will never see this country. Because many of you can't even get a fucking passport. Because you don't have enough money to even pay for a passport fee. You can't even get a fucking passport. You couldn't get on the plane if I said, fuck it, I'll pay for you to come over here. Because you don't have a passport. And it's going to take you weeks to get a passport because the government is so fucking slow. And then what they're going to do, because they're slow and full of shit, they're going to make you pay more money to speed up the process. Is that bullshit or what? Is that ripping you off or what? What the fuck? So this is what you got to wake up to. This is what you have to wake up to. This is what you have to come to terms with. Do you really, truly would like to live in Japan? Don't want shit. A want is just a fucking request. You need to choose, and don't hope for shit either. Too many people, I hear them saying, oh, I hope I can get to Japan one day. Oh, but don't hope and pray for shit. You need to understand that you have to choose to do that. And when you choose to do it, everything will start to fall into play. So now, here's how you can get out of the fucking doldrums. Okay, I want you to sit down, literally sit down and put a mirror in front of you when you sit down, or sit down in the mirror, whatever the fuck you want to do, or look on your phone and like a selfie or whatever. But look at yourself. Look yourself dead in the eye and ask yourself this: am I living good now? And will I be living good 5 years from now? And will I be living good 1 year from now? I meant to say. So let me rephrase that. Am I living good now? Will I be living good 1 year from now? And will I be living good 5 years from now? And here is what I fucking know, because I've been through this bullshit. Remember, I'm the guy that just 10 years ago only had $3 in the bank, and I wasn't even getting any income the first 3 months of the year because fucking Mitch McConnell was blocking my goddamn unemployment insurance. And that's 10 years ago. This is just me 10 years ago, guys. This was me 10 years ago. So here's what I'm telling you. Sit down, look in the mirror, be true to yourself first. Look at yourself. Look at the state of your face. Look at your face, look at your lines, look at your eyebrows, look at your hair. Look at everything. Just see what you look like to yourself and see if you can even look at yourself. Because a lot of people, believe it or not, you will find that you can't even look yourself in the mirror because you are not happy with your life. Look at yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. See what you feel like. Because here's the thing, guys. Here's the reality of it all. And I know, because I've been at the bottom. I know. Remember, I'm a black man. I was born with 2 fucking strikes. But here's what I'm trying to say. Whenever I used to play football on the street growing up in Philly, on those fucking cold streets with no pads, and I get tackled on the ground in the street, when the cars aren't coming, and I'm laying on there and I maybe scrape my leg or I'm hurting, maybe hit my knee a little bit or whatever, elbow, whatever the fuck it is, and I'm laying on that ground. That's you looking in the mirror. And you know what? When I was laying on the ground, the first thing I thought about is, yes, I'm in pain, I'm hurting. But then I thought, you know what? It started coming into me. I said, you know what? When I get up, I'm going to be the baddest, meanest, nastiest motherfucker out there. Because I'm not getting back on that fucking ground. And you know what? When I stood up, I didn't spend that much time on the ground anymore. And if I did get on the ground, I knew how to quickly get back up. So that's what you got to do. You got to stop hoping and praying for shit. The government is not going to fucking help you out. Harris is not going to help you out. Trump, goddamn sure, ain't going to fucking help you out. You got to help yourself out. You're a fucking American. No matter what, despite the bullshit, you can help yourself out. So you know what you do? Here's what you do. You look in that mirror and you look yourself dead in the eye and you tell yourself what you want to do. And the reason why I said ask yourself if you're going to be living good a 1 year from now is because I noticed with me before, if nothing changes and you say you want to do this, you want to do that, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. If you don't change a goddamn thing about yourself, guess what? Exactly 1 year later, you will be in the same fucking situation you were in the previous year. And then 5 years later, you'll still be in the same position. Because years, they go by quick. These years get chewed up like fucking tater chips. Trust me. You get a bag of chips, that's 5 fucking years. Just think of it that way. Okay? So what I'm saying is this. Look in the mirror, and once you stop, you may look in the mirror, you may need to look in the mirror, or it may take you a week to look in the mirror at yourself. Just literally look at yourself. Cry if you have to. Fucking cry, yell, scream. Do whatever the fuck you gotta do to get that, to start being able to look at yourself in the mirror. And then after you get that point to the point where you can look at yourself in the mirror, I want you to say, I can do this. I can do this. And I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. And I'm talking about, just imagine you playing football and you're trying to get the touchdown. I'm talking about when you go in the end zone, you'll bite some motherfucking body's nose off to get that touchdown. That's the way you're gonna have to be in this life, guys, because nobody has left you a lot of shit. Okay? It's no longer matters if you're white that you can live a good life. Being white, you ain't guaranteed you're gonna live good, trust me. Those days are over. Those fucking days are gone. Just because you're white, it doesn't mean you're gonna live good. Okay? That's what I'm telling you now. Yeah, your ancestors got a lot of free fucking land passed down to them. Trust me, they did. George Washington got 200,000, 300,000 fucking free acres. Thomas Jefferson got the same shit. Yeah, they did get free fucking land. Let's just call it what it is. They fucking did. Nod your head. They did. And my ancestors didn't get a fucking thing. We know that. But still, I was able to claw tooth and nail with the American system of opportunity. The system of opportunity is now being eroded. And what you're going to have to understand is you have to beat that erosion before it gets to you. It's like the fucking global warming thing. It's like the beaches are washing up. They're washing up left and right. And you have to get inland as quick as you possibly can to keep from fucking going in the water. That's what you have to do. And if you're not doing that, you're going to fucking drown. That's the reality of it all. So, okay, so now here we are. So you looked in the mirror. Now you're happy with looking at yourself in the mirror now. And you're starting to feel, you're going to start to feel confident. You're going to notice your confidence level is going to start going up. You know why? Because looking in that mirror, you're going to start to see the answer. You're going to start to see how you can get the fuck out of the matrix. You are. You're going to start to see that shit. Okay? Okay, so now that you get that out the way, here's what you do next. You get a piece of paper, you draw a line on the middle, and you put out the pros and cons of leaving the United States, of living in Japan. Because I'm only talking about Japan here. You know, it probably applies to wherever the fuck you want to go. But I'm talking about Japan because I love this country. I'm here. I've been living here all together almost 12 years now. So I'm talking about Japan. Okay? So what I'm saying to you is this. Sit down, write down the pros and cons, right? And then get another piece of paper. Another piece of paper. I don't know what the fuck I came over here because there's all kind of water. But that's okay. It's raining big time too. And we're supposed to get heavy rain tomorrow morning. So I'm going to make sure that I'm not out that early in the morning because they say around 6 o'clock we're supposed to get heavy rain here in Kyushu. And Kyushu, man, they have a reputation for raining real fucking hard. Harder than, say, other parts of mainland. Anyway, so you get that second piece of paper out and you write down all your assets and all your liabilities. I mean, and be true. Don't hide shit. Don't hide shit. Write all that shit down. Okay? And then you take a third piece of paper and write down all the jobs, like your current job and all the jobs you've had and what they've been paying you over the years. In other words, or, you know, what your average, what the average pay has been over the years. And you will be fucking surprised. And then, with that last piece of paper that you got, where you wrote down all the jobs, I want you to go on to ssa.gov, and I want you to see if you've worked enough years to collect Social Security. See? Because, and that way you can see what your income is going to be should you take Social Security at, say, fucking 62, 67. The motherfuckers will probably raise it up to 70 for you young people, or whatever beyond, right? I know it right now, at 70, you're going to get fucking pretty much like a bonus over your whatever your Social Security is supposed to be. But who the fuck wants to wait till 70 to collect the Social Security? You know what the fucking government's going to do, right? So anyway, when you get all that shit down, you will have a round figure of what your net worth is. See? So your assets minus liabilities equals net worth. Now a lot of you will be surprised, but you will have a negative net worth, which means you're not worth a shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality. Look, guys, I told you, I'm telling you the truth. I'm not blowing smoke on nobody's ass. If you have a negative net worth, you're not worth a shit on paper. It's got nothing to do with, oh, he's a good person, or I'm a good person, this, that, the other. Yeah, you're a confident person because you looked in the mirror. Remember, you looked in the mirror already. You have confidence in yourself. But your worth is different from your confidence. I just want you to get that right. Your net worth is quite different from what your confidence level is. Okay? I mean, that's what helped me out. My confidence was so good. Even though my net worth was shit, I was a negative net worth, but my confidence level was good. See? So, what I'm trying to tell you is this. Every single solitary week, day, even an hour if you fucking choose, you should know what your net worth is. And then, or right around the time you pay all your liabilities, right? Your rent, your cable, your fucking cell phone bill, your data charges, your electric bill, your gas bill, your water bill, your car note, your insurance, all this, your food money that you spend, all this other shit that you need, right? So if every month, what should be happening is you should be getting a better net worth. So if you are at a negative net worth, like if you're negative 300, you know, if your net worth is negative like $35,000, $40,000 this month, then in order for you to be improving next month, you want that motherfucker to be negative, say, whatever, less than that number that you just came up with, that I just came up with you. See? And if you have a positive net worth, you need that to be continuously getting positive. Everything has to be moving in the positive. And if it's not, you need to see why. And here's one of the big reasons why you may notice is that goddamn cable bill. You don't need cable right now. You really don't. If you're in that sort of a situation, you don't need cable. You don't need a lot of shit. All you fucking need is your phone and the internet. And if you can't watch that favorite program that Netflix puts on, who gives a fuck? As long as you can save money and get that net worth back up, you're fine. Now, here's what you do with that money. Let's say that you found about, say, $300-400 a month. Well, here's what you do. You start to turn that into investments. You get in there and you put your money on, say, like a Q, Queen, Yankee, Larry, Delta, right? Or Lima Delta. Yeah, Queen, Yankee, Lima Delta. You put that shit on that symbol, which is trading right now about $17.93 fucking cents. They was at $18.22. You know, I know because I have quite a bit of shares of those. But the reason why I tell people about that, because it doesn't cost that much money to get it, right? Yeah, you have to be very patient. But here's the thing. If you can get 100 shares of that, which right now would cost you almost $1,800, that's a lot of money, but still, after a few months of putting that shit in there, it's going to be there, right? Then you will start to turn $18 a month because they pay 18 cents a share. And that means that every single solitary time when you reinvest it, automatically reinvest those shares, is going to buy you 1 share of QYLD every month. So let's say you start off the year, January 1st, with like 100 shares of QYLD. By the end of the year, you're going to probably have somewhere around 112, 13, or 14 shares, depending on, you know, the fractions of how it all works. You see what I'm saying? So that's a slow start, but that's just one exchange traded fund. Look at the mutual funds, look at the exchange traded funds, get the ones that comprise an entire market, like the Russell 2000, or the NASDAQ, which is what QYLD does, or the Dow Jones Industrial, where they have like 500 holdings, or, you know, any other market thing. And then look for overseas, like EMJV, BBJP in Japan, they comprise a lot of holdings too, see? But the reason why I bring up QYLD, because right now it's the most affordable for you. And it pays you dividends every single month. I know that's a slow start. I know it doesn't matter. But what it does is it gets you in the habit of starting to figure out how to promote your net worth, how to improve your net worth is what it does. Now, here I know this is long. I didn't want it to be this long, but this is very important information. Now, here's another thing. A lot of you have those fucking student loans. And the government has been going back and forth on student loans, back and forth. Should they pay? Why do they gotta pay? You gotta pay. We don't know if they gotta pay. I don't know what the latest is on student loans. You guys get up here in your comments, tell me what that is. But all I'm saying is this. If you're starting out in college right now, try your damnedest to get something for free to do with the fucking government will pay for it. Don't borrow money, because a lot of people actually got some student loans and they were using that money to party with and buy clothes and watches and all this other shit. Don't do that with your student loan money. Really sit down and look at what you need that money for. If you have to get a loan, you better make sure that the degree that you're studying is going to get you a good paying job to where you can go ahead and then turn around and pay it back. But that's the problem though. A lot of you won't get good paying jobs, because even if you think you're getting a good paying job, you're still getting fucked. You know the old saying, when you think you're fucking them, they're fucking you. And that's the way it's working right now. So you have to really be real with yourself. I'm going to let this go. I can't talk that long because I don't want people to get bored over these videos. Look at these crane birds, so pretty here in Fukuoka, here at Ohori Park. And it's getting dark. So all I want you to do is I want you to do the things that I'm asking you to do here. You're an adult. You know your real story. I don't know shit. I don't know you. You know your real story. But the bottom line is, use that young man, use Carter as an example of what he did to get the fuck out the matrix. Because you also, in the end, lastly, you need to make sure that you have a position that will pay you remotely, that will allow you to work remotely. And that way you can start to think about moving over to Japan. But right now, I'm going to tell you all, to your face, if you're sitting at my table, I would tell you right to your face, you will never live in Japan. Prove me wrong. So here I am, BSP Japan, here in beautiful Ohori Park here in Fukuoka. I am out. Good luck, everybody. Please leave your comments, hit the like button, and subscribe.